Hi gals, welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. Happy holidays to all of you guys. I hope that you are all getting some very well-deserved time off this week. Maybe a little bit of rest and relaxation that you have needed, and perhaps when all of the socializing and the present unwrapping is done, you're gonna find yourself with a few extra hours to just sit back, start to think about the year to come, and maybe start to do a little bit of self-work and self-development. I love spending some extra time on that, and usually the first place I start is with my closet. So this week we're gonna talk about how to do an express closet clean out. This is not the deep dive into your closet that could take hours, days, weeks to thoroughly clean out your closet. We're just talking about some simple strategies for creating more space so that you can give yourself some relief from decision fatigue. When you get up in the morning, I want it to be really not only easy, but actually pleasurable for you to walk into your closet and pick out your outfit for the day. So we're gonna do some thinning out. I've got 3 strategies to give you a quick closet clean out that will require deeper work down the road, and we'll address those things one at a time in future videos. So let's take a look at my 3 easy strategies that can all be employed in like an hour or less. So gals, going into this, I want you to know that I am presuming that you are with me as far as the development of my own closet has gone, and that you're kind of following along. So that means over the last few weeks, we have been working really hard on creating our perfect 10-piece French capsule wardrobe with all of the extras and the accompanying pieces to round the whole thing out. If you have not been following this process along, I highly suggest that you start with that before employing the 3 strategies we're going to talk about. But if you don't have time for that and you want to just dive in and do this, you can definitely do it. It's just a little bit easier if you've already created your 10-piece French wardrobe first. So at the moment, my 10-piece French wardrobe is living on a rolling rack that sits in my closet. Now, we're all dealing with different spaces, but I'm just gonna share my experience. Of course, you adapt this to you, but it enables me to very quickly and easily look at those 10 pieces. And I have my extras that we talked about, but the reality is I created that wardrobe and I really never took the time to go and then fully clean out the rest of my closet. So I'm kind of living off this wardrobe, but almost scared to walk into the rest of my closet. So that's what we're going to tackle. So before you get started, at least before I got started, this is what I did. I set aside 2 large bins, like 2 large storage bins, 1 empty rolling rack, and a trash bag. The next thing I did was I got to work. Okay, so strategy number 1, I went into my closet and I pulled everything out that is out of season. Now, some of you may be really good at just completely turning your closet over with the change of the seasons, but I kind of just slid into this pseudo winter that we're having here in Arizona and never really turned my closet over. So first thing, go into your closet, take out everything that is color that represents the opposite season, fabrics that represent the opposite season, and pieces just style-wise that you are not planning on wearing for the next few months. And I do not want you to think at all. This is so hard to do, but I want you to almost just like turn off your brain in terms of analyzing, does this fit my personal style? Is this a keep or a toss? I don't care about any of that right now. We will address that in the months to come. We're just gonna get it out of the closet. So you're gonna take anything like that and you're gonna take all of those items for another season and stick them in bin number 1. Okay, step number 2 is that you are going to go into your closet and you are going to remove all of those special occasion items, your fancy items, or the items that maybe you have like this Western themed party once a year, and the only time you ever wear that fringe jacket, let's say, is when you go to the Western themed party, but you are not a boho girl at all. So it only comes out once a year. Any of those like single use special occasion items, the glitters, the sparkles, and the really dressy dresses, I want you to take those out of your closet and I want you to hang them on this separate rolling rack. And Please know, if you guys don't have these pieces like the extra rolling racks, make up your own makeshift ideas. Maybe it's just another free closet in your house. Maybe for now it's just your couch, but this has got to be a place, probably not the couch, because I'm hoping that the place that you put them is the place they're going to stay for a while, okay? So go in, take all your dressy items out. That's step number 2. All right, gals, so at this stage, you have just removed 2 categories of items that are standing in the way of you being able to see the things that are viable outfit pieces and alternatives for today. So that should have really helped quite a bit. And yet, if you're anything like me, you're still staring at a pretty full closet, which brings us to step number 3, and that is gulp. I think this is the hardest one, to take out pretty much everything that you are not wearing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this step can be hard. I struggled with it because as I was pulling out the pieces that I have not been wearing like at all, it's hard to turn the brain off. I'm thinking, oh, but I could wear this. Oh, but I actually really like this. You know, that can be tough. Girls, I want to tell you, with this whole methodology, you're not getting rid of this stuff. It's only moving rooms. You can move it to a bin. You can, for me, this is the stuff that went into bin number 2. I'm moving it into my garage. You can move it into another closet in your house. Don't worry, you will address these items at some point, but we're talking about an express clean out to give you instant results. So if you absolutely have to, I really encourage you to leave no more than 5 on the fence items in your closet. Everything else that you leave in there should be things that you are actually wearing. And if you've done the 10-piece French capsule wardrobe, then the other things that you're leaving in there that you are actually wearing should just be considered part of your extras cast, right? Those things that complement your 10-piece French wardrobe. If you have to, go back to those 5 pieces that you think you should be wearing or that you think you want to wear but you're not wearing. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to wear each of those 5 pieces for the next 5 days, okay? And if the prospect of doing that with any of those 5 pieces is like, oh, but I don't know if I really want to, then you shouldn't be leaving it in your closet. Stick it in that bin, get it out of there. And what is the worst case scenario? You have to walk out to your garage to pull one of those pieces. You haven't let them go. They haven't gone anywhere. Now, the reason for the trash bag is that although I told you to not be like doing a serious evaluation as you're cleaning out, you might still come across pieces where you're like, oh, I need to just get rid of that. Well, then I do want you to put those things in a trash bag. And if you want to, you can have 2 bags. You could have 1 bag for donation, maybe 1 bag for consignment. Or if you don't even want to take the time to decide whether to consign or donate, just stick it all in the same bag. And again, we'll address this later, maybe in the next month. But if those are pieces you know are never going to make it back into your closet, then at least just get them into a trash bag and don't confuse them with the other stuff. But don't take too much time with this process. So I did end up with a trash bag full of stuff that I know I'm going to end up consigning. So gals, this whole process definitely took me less than an hour. Here's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting my 2 bins in the garage and just labeling them, okay? One is labeled warm weather. The other is labeled fall winter backup, meaning this is like the stuff that I'm not wearing. Maybe I need to evaluate it later. Then the trash bag I stuck out in my garage so that I could revisit that and decide, you know, where I'm going to consign it, maybe at Chill Boutique. And then finally for me, the dressy rolling rack, I do have space in my garage. So that rolling rack of dressy or single-use occasion items is going out in the garage so that it's not sitting in my closet. And for some of you, maybe the answer is not the rolling rack. Maybe the answer is another closet in your house, but it's out of your main closet. The end result is a closet that breathes, a closet that you can start to look at like an enjoyable experience where you can easily see your options. I can look at my 10-piece French wardrobe on its own little rack, and then I can look at my nice, concise collection of extras, and getting dressed becomes an instant pleasure. Gals, this week's video is meant to offer you hope and guidance, and to just remind you to stop putting off something that you could get done quite quickly. Stop thinking that this has to be the world's biggest project and letting your closet grow and grow. Try the Express Closet Cleanout. Adapt it to your needs. Like I said, I'm using rolling racks, bins, trash bags, but you use whatever you need based on the space that you've got and based on the quantity of items you have got. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did and you like this topic of closet cleanout strategies, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. That really helps this channel, helps me with your feedback, and make sure that you are subscribed here to Zero Waste Closet. That way you guys get a notification whenever I come out with a new video. I hope everybody has the most wonderful, enjoyable holiday, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great week.